Were you here in Tulsa when they had the race riots?
Oh, I was. I was quite small, but I remember a lot of things about the race riot. I remember the people coming to our house and rushing us out of the house. We had to get out of the house, so we had to leave. So we walked on out the Mohawk, and I was right along beside them, had a little long, and on our way out there, the soldiers came along in a bus and picked us up. They had to call in the soldiers. It was so bad. And what they would do, they would go into the stores and take all the food and everything out of the stores that they wanted, and then they set the stores afire and burn the stores down. That's what they did.
They being who?
I guess you call them, I don't know what you call them, they were a bunch of people who come in. I don't know whether it be called hoodlums. I just call them hoodlums. Well, that's what they would do. So they had to call the soldiers in, authorities of the town called soldiers in. They came in and chased them out of here.
Well, when they picked you up, where did they take you?
Well, we went out to the fairgrounds. They took us out to the fairground. And they had cots and hot soups and what have you out there for the people.
Now, how long would you have to stay there before you could go back?
Well, I think we might have spent the night. I don't remember, but I think we might have spent the night out there. And then come back the next day. Oh, it was something else to think about. Some of it I've forgotten, of course, it's so long. But I do remember going out to the fairgrounds. They had little cots out there for us to lie on and rest and sleep and all that. Oh man, I tell you, it was quite a day.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a day. I never want to see that again. No. That was awful. And the thing of it was, I don't know why they were looking for all the men. But they were looking for all the men. They were, I don't know, but they killed a lot of men. They had a flatbed truck. And they tell me that they killed those men and stacked them on the truck like you would just a sardine, and took them down to the river and threw them in the deepest part of the river. Now that's what they told us they did with them. I didn't see them do that, but that's what they said they did with them. And but it was terrible. It was terrible. They killed all the men. They came out to our house, and we had a loft up there, and they had a cover, over it. And they looked up in that loft. They looked up to the loft, but they were afraid to take the cover off, because they didn't know what was up there. Looking for men, they thought they were hiding in the loft. And I don't know why they wanted to take the men. I never did learn why they wanted to kill the men. But they did. Oh, it was senseless to me. I don't see anything.
Well, did your father get to go? Did your father go with you to the fairground?
My father was still in the country. I was up here with my grandmother when that happened. My father and mother were still in the country. She was home in the country. But the next morning, after all this had happened and got cleared away, my dad hooked up his wagon and team. He was down at Bixby. You know where it is. He hooked up his team, and he and Mom got in the wagon and came to Tulsa. Because they had heard about it. He had been to Bixby and heard about the riot. So they were coming to see about us in the wagon. They came up here in the wagon. Now it seems like it's 100 miles or more since we got a car. But that's where they travel. That's what they had to do. Because not very many people had a car in those days. So that's, oh boy, you wouldn't believe it. And see it yourself, you wouldn't believe it. It was something else. Really something. I never want to see that again. Never want to see that. And it was so foolish. I don't know what in the world the ride was all about anyway. It just sounds so foolish to me. I just never could make any sense out of it. You know. But that's what they did. That's what they did.